Welcome to our first Adepticon 2020 special. I am your host, the General, and with me is one of the directors of Adepticon, Hank Edley. How are you, sir?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Right, so let's get stuck in. So we have the privilege of previewing the actual Adepticon award medal, which will be given out in a host of series of events. And we're absolutely stoked to be showing this to you guys because it looks fantastic and it is pretty epic. So without further ado, look at it yourself and you guys can make your own mind up of exactly what you think about it, because it just looks amazing. If you run your fingers around the skull, it actually comes out. The skull actually comes out. It's a round skull. It looks pretty fantastic. So let's talk more about the show and have an understanding about what Adepticon is. So from my understanding, it's the biggest miniature wargaming show on Earth. It has the most tournaments and events in one place. So give us a bit of history, a bit of background about Adepticon.
So, a couple of like-minded gamers about 18 years ago, kind of came to a decision to kind of run an event that they themselves wanted to attend and participate in. And we organized that event. And first year we had an attendance of about 110 attendees. And 18 years later, we're running an event in a 160,000 square foot facility, and having an attendance last year of 6,500 attendees, or around that amount.
That's huge.
This year we're expecting it to be the biggest and largest Adepticon yet, and we're here showing off the new Adepticon medal, which we were fortunate. About 4 years ago, we unveiled our first Adepticon medal. We had, prior to that, had done a lot of plaque work and a lot of resin casting, and we were really looking to kind of up the award game, especially given that we're tracking at about that point in time around 400 awards, and when you're carrying 400 plaques, that's a lot of material to carry around, and so wanted to one, kind of up the game as far as what we're giving away, but two, kind of make it more feasible to continue to do it. And so this year we're going to have upwards of 600 events and seminars running this year, and if you participate in any of those events, you have a chance at winning one of these medals for either being the top overall finisher, having the best painted force, being the best sportsman,
So my understanding is we'll do a show as well once we get the old Adepticon medal. We'll do a compare and contrast. Basically, they're both the same size. They're both in 4-inch diameter, which is pretty big. This one's actually more hefty than the old one. It's got a bit more of a weight to it, which is kind of cool. We will bring you, what Hank told us as well is that he's going to bring us the actual complete version, which will have the ribbon and a custom medal case, where when you insert it, the inserts actually custom to the actual medal, which I think is absolutely cool. So that's one part, and we'll do a compare and contrast in the future show just to show you what was and what is now, and you can see a massive difference in the design and quality of it. And the artist who did it, did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I mean, we should mention Tim Tulin. He did the design. This is just the proof sample for approval, so we'll bring the final one to do a comparison. But yeah, I mean, one of the things this medal has is a lot more relief to it, right? You got the Chicago city skyline. You got the skull has a lot more relief and detail in it. So it's definitely kind of that next generation of Adepticon award.
Yeah, I agree with you. So for those who want to know more and are interested, when is Adepticon?
Well, Adepticon is March 25th through the 29th. We open up registration the Wednesday evening. You can stop by and pick up your registration. Wednesday evening, we also have a number of seminars, including what is promising to be the biggest and best yet Games Workshop preview seminar, the mega preview or whatever we're calling it.
Here we go.
I expect that's going to be mind blowing. If you've attended any of the previews in the past, this one promises to be the best.
This is the one that's going to top all of it, right?
This is the one that's going to top all of it.
And you can't tell us anything about it.
And I can't tell you a word.
But I'm kind of excited. I'm looking. I've been to the previous Adepticon seminars. I've been to other seminars and other shows as well, and I can say with a fact that they are the biggest seminars I've ever seen in the USA, and I've attended all the big Games Workshop seminars in the USA, and I'm excited. I want to see what's going on. Now, a bit of an understanding is, so someone goes to the event, they register for like the 40k team championships or Age of Sigmar tournaments or Underworld tournaments or Necromunda, Blood Bowl. I mean, you've got the whole thing, to be honest. You've got Horus Heresy, my understanding. You've got Adeptus Mechanicus. You've got Necromunda Uprising stuff, basically. So the Dark Ops Uprising, I mean. So this is, Warcry event as well.
Yeah, Kill Team. I mean, this is if you are a Games Workshop hobbyist like myself and a huge fan, this is the place to go. And also what's really interesting is if you're like a Marvel Crisis Protocol, there's something interesting. You're the first. What was it? An organized play that you guys are doing? Yeah. So I mean, let me just say, if you're a Games Workshop enthusiast, we run, the whole gambit of Games Workshop events. I mean, you will, see not just the standard things that you've mentioned, but even a lot of the old specialist games. We still have people that are very passionate about running those, Epic, Battlefleet Gothic, those sort of things, right? We were even running, I think in the entire 18 years we've held Adepticon, we've had Necromunda events, and fortunately, in the last couple of years, Games Workshop's re-released Necromunda and put a lot of support behind it. And with that Dark Uprising box set, we should have some pretty interesting, Necromunda events as well. But beyond Games Workshop, one of the things, there's really two things that I'm very proud about, and one is that we kind of serve the entire miniature gaming market, and so we partner with Fantasy Flight and Asmodee. We run a very large System Open X-Wing event. We have a Star Wars Legion event that's going to be the World's Legion event.
Oh, wow.
We have Worlds for Imperial Assault and Armada. In addition to that, they're going to be running some of their other properties, card properties like Keyforge and Destiny. And then in addition, we have room for, all levels of companies. And so...
Atomic Mass Games you were telling us earlier on.
Yeah, so Atomic Mass Games, they are a studio under Asmodee, and they're releasing Marvel Crisis Protocol. And we'll have a slate of events, really kind of the first time that there are a slate of events at a show like ours. I know I'm building 24 tables of terrain for them, so we better have a bunch of Marvel Crisis Protocol events. So, I mean, there's really something for everybody, and we have again, upwards of over 600 events and seminars. Our hobby seminar program is really second to none. We have an amazing slate of seminar instructors, and the folks that organize that do a fantastic job every year. And then to top it all off, we're bringing back for the first time in what I believe is 14 years, bringing back stateside a Golden Demon competition.
This is huge. This is huge. Golden Demon, guys, in the US of A. That's huge, and a new Golden Demon trophy as well.
Yeah, so they're going to debut a new trophy. They've posted a picture of it up on the Warhammer community page. So this is going to be not only the first time they've held a Golden Demon on on U.S. soil in 14 years. It's also going to be the first opportunity to win one of those new trophies. So, whether you're somebody who hasn't been able to compete in a Golden Demon because you can't travel to the UK or Europe to do it, this is going to be your time. Or if you're a grizzled veteran who's been through some of the games days of old and won a few Golden Demons here and there, this is going to be an opportunity for you to win one of the new ones.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, for someone who wants to jump on and register an event, because I've been going to Adepticon for close to 7 years now, and it is a very special place, and it is high quality. And what I'm really glad about showing this medal is this is just the caliber of the events. If I can metamorphosize into the events of the type of experience that you're going to get. So, my understanding is there is a registration day, which goes live soon, and based on history, some events guys and girls go really, really fast. So if there's something that you're interested in particular, I would suggest to jump on that day and quickly register what you want, because it will go. And some events go within minutes. So without any more, when does it start, and how do you register, and how do you get on board?
Sure. So, right now you can go to the Adepticon website, which is adepticon.org. You can preview the web cart. It's in kind of view mode, and so we're still adding events and tweaking descriptions and those sort of things, but the actual registration live date is December 8th at 1 o'clock Central Time. As my host has pointed out, there are a number of events that will sell out almost instantaneously. So we will really put a load on our hosting platforms and on the software itself, because it gets hit really hard in the first few minutes and really the first couple hours. And so if you want to get into a particular event, make sure that you are prepared. You can go in and kind of lay out your schedule, the things you want to do in advance, and then be prepared to register that Sunday at 1 Central Time.
And what date is that again?
December 8th.
December 8th. So book that in. What I actually really like is the fact that you can go now and preview it and pre-plan everything and build your days around your events. And what I would suggest is don't overbook. Make sure you give yourself some time of rest between events that you want to go to. Be selective in what you want to do and have a lot of fun, and make sure you have a good time, because I can't wait. Me and Cerebral Assassin will be there as well. And so this is our first of many Adepticon episode specials and previews. We've had the absolute privilege and honor, and guys and girls, this is one of the stuff that you can win. So if you're into your game and you want to compete and you want you want to become top 3 and best general or whatever the awards are, you can get one of these. So without further ado, tune in for further Adepticon specials. I am your host, the General, and Hank, it's been great having you. We hope to have you back on to go through some more stuff with us.
Certainly, more than willing to do that.